what do we have in store for this week?
So we have some more amazing entrepreneurs who are going to be speaking about their journeys from different parts of the world, all here setting up in different industries. And it just goes to show there are so many different diverse people from diverse backgrounds. It is not just Americans or Brits. There is such a wide, colorful array of the African diaspora here in the UAE, and of course, setting up amazing Black businesses. So first up, we have a gentleman who was waiting very patiently last week to talk to us throughout the show. Unfortunately, we ran out of time, but he calls himself a culture shifter, and definitely I can affirm that he definitely is. He's also an author and an entrepreneur with a very interesting business, which he'll tell you more about. So I'd love to welcome Albert Carter.
Warm welcome, Albert.
Thank you. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to have me on today. It was an amazing show last week, and I can't wait to hear what we have in store for this week. Can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear you clearly.
Okay, awesome. All right, do you mind if I share my screen with you?
Absolutely not. Okay,
cool. Give me 1 minute. All right, can you guys see?
We can.
All right, cool. Well, just a little introduction about myself. My name is Albert Carter. I call myself a culture shifter, and a lot of times I get asked, what is a culture shifter? And to me, a culture shifter is someone who tries to change people's beliefs, behaviors, and outcomes. I try to do that within the music industry. So the three focuses that I have is on music, business, and technology. And with the platform that I have, I kind of encompass all three of them. So I have something called Audioswim. Audioswim is a music distribution platform and royalty investment. We also just launched our NFT marketplace where you're able to mint NFTs as well as sell them more in the marketplace. I have something called Emirates Music Summit. Emirates Music Summit, the aim of that is kind of, like I said, I call myself a culture shifter. So the aim of Emirates Music Summit is to make the UAE #1 in global music tourism, as well as increase and improve music industry standards. And then thirdly, I have Hip Hop University, which is my nonprofit. And what we do is we focus on at opportunity students. So I don't like to use the term at risk because it's all about language, right? If you look at something as a risk, you look at it as a negative thing. If you look at something as an opportunity, you look at it as a positive thing. So we don't like to invest in risk. We like to invest in opportunity. So the communities that I work with Hip Hop University is at opportunity community, specifically youth in between the ages of 13 and 18. And what we did with that last year, and we were going to do it this year, but some things got it was difficult to do. But what we did last year was we had a group of students from the UAE and a group of students from Philadelphia, and we did a virtual foreign exchange program where they were able to communicate about just their lifestyles and what it is to grow up in this neighborhood and what it is to grow up in this country, and kind of just communicate. And we were able to bring students from Philadelphia to Expo 2020. So that was really, really good. As I said, my name is Albert M. Carter. I have 20 years in music and entertainment. I'm a certified music business specialist, and I have international experience working with artists all over the globe. From the UK to the US to UAE to Australia, Africa, pretty much everywhere. So I grew up in Philadelphia in the US, as you stated before. I don't subscribe to being, American per se. I look at myself as a global citizen, right? Because, the fortunate part about, where we're at right now in the UAE is so much diversity, right? And we're able to connect with people from all different backgrounds. And, one thing that we have in common is that we are all human. We all have the same, we all have the same feelings. We all have the same emotions. We all bleed the same blood, and we all have these things in common. So I don't really subscribe to, the neighborhood I grew up in, is a place that birthed me, but it doesn't define me. I kind of grew up outside of that. I received my bachelor's degree in business management, and I have a master's degree in education. My education degree is what brought me to the UAE. I came over here as a math teacher, then transitioned into an English teacher. And now I'm trying to do the entrepreneur thing full time, right? So that's the challenge that I'm going through at the moment, you know, is trying to transition from educator to full-time entrepreneur. As Kai stated before, I'm a published author. I published 3 books, the latest being Life Sucks. Life Sucks is an acronym that stands for Screw Ups Create Killer Success, right? And the book is about actually redemption. You know, we can fail over and over and over again, but the important thing is to try, right? And if we don't try, we'll never succeed. So if we look at everybody from a historical context who is successful, they became successful over a series of failures and learning from their mistakes. So this book kind of talks about other people's mistakes, my mistakes, and I use and incorporate a lot of music-based references to kind of relate to the target demographic, which is the opportunity communities, right? So the book Life Sucks is just about, you know, redemption. I have a podcast that I produce and I host called Audioswim Podcast, and we also work with you know, a lot of the entertainers over here when they come over here, I guess, because this is like an import-based entertainment industry. So we work with a lot of artists when they come over here, such as Afro B, Rema, UG, Scales, these guys, to kind of have them on a podcast. And so far to date, I've helped over 200 musicians achieve success, right?
Fantastic.
So I have certifications in intellectual property law, which is, you know, the copyright, trademark, patents, digital project and product management, and journalism as well. So I currently manage 3 artists. Now I don't only work with these 3 artists, but I have a management capacity specifically in the MENA region with these 3 artists. The first one being Scales. He had a hit song about 4 years ago now, and that came out that really tore up the charts. It really did very well, called Shake Body. And then we have UG, who has something called My Dance, and the latest signee is DJ Kabu. DJ Kabu is an Egyptian-based artist that's in the UAE now. He's Muhammad Ramadan's official DJ, as well as we had 2 Moon Knight placements. So the Marble Moon Knight TV show, we did 2 placements on that, and we just dropped the NFT for one of the songs. And that's all I have for you today. So you know, if there's any questions or anything you guys want to get clarifications about, feel free to reach out to me or ask me on here. And then the way to get in contact with me is through my personal website, which is www.albertmcarter.com. Or if you want to know more about the business, it's audioswim.com. And my email and my phone number is here for any contact details.
Fantastic, fantastic. Let's give our brother a big round of applause for that presentation. Much appreciated, Brother Albert. So if you would be so kind to post your handles and your information in the chat, so those who are listening and those who are tuning in different parts of the world, they'll be able to contact you directly. Tell me, because we have all these different genres from around the world, and because now you're based in the UAE, what are you doing from a creative perspective to give our kind of flavor on, you know, from an Arabian perspective? Is there any works in motion?
Yeah, well, with DJ Kabu, he does something called Arab trap, right? So it's an infusion of traditional Arabic music, specifically from Egypt, and he infuses that with like the trap beat. So he makes his own, you know, music that kind of that cross is kind of Arab music throughout the world, right? And it's you know, they take a lot of samples that you have in older Egyptian songs or older Arabic songs and kind of fuse it with the new school hip hop. So we, you know, it's a lot of cross sections that we do. And then as well, you know, UG as well as Scales are both Afrobeat artists. UG is originally from Ghana, but he's based in the UK, and Scales is in Nigeria.
Fantastic. I remember I was there 2 years ago for Ramadan in Dubai, and a very, very beautiful brother I know. He's an international lawyer, and we met in the UK, and he wanted to host me in Dubai, and he took me to the Four Seasons for dinner, myself and one of my sons. And we were there with them in the morning. I can't remember what they call it, but we were like eating at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Maybe teaser, right?
Oh, yeah. What do they call it? I can't remember what it's called, but it's the last
sahur.
meal. Sahur. There you go.
Yeah.
You know what it is, William. You probably were there, right? So we were in the Four Seasons, and such a beautiful hotel, just packed with locals, and there was a man singing the traditional Arab music, and I mean, they pour their soul out when they sing them.
Oh yeah, the Khaliji.
I mean, the culture is such that when the singer moves you, you just get up out your chair and put money in their pocket. And real talk, that's the way it works. And this man was just singing, and women and men were just coming up to him and just pushing money all over it, and he never broke stride. He was just singing around them, putting money in him. He just never broke stride. It was just amazing. So how are you finding that kind of connection? Because their music is very soulful.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Very soulful.
It is. One of the artists that I work with named MKO, he has a song called Diverse that infuses like Afrobeat music with the traditional Khaliji. And in the beginning of the song, he actually is a Khaliji artist that's actually singing the type of the music that you're talking about. And then he comes in. It's an amazing song. It's called Diverse, and is from MKO. So if you have an opportunity to stream it on YouTube or Spotify or Apple Music or whatever DSP you have, I recommend it. And it's a dope video too. So if you have a chance to check out the video, it's good. It's kind of the infusion of both worlds.
Please try and post something in the chat. And just a final question: are people singing in English? Because I could feel the vibe of what's being said, but I don't understand.
Right. But the traditional Khalij music is all done in Arabic. I haven't heard it done in English myself. I'm sure it's translations out there that we probably can find if we look for it, but it's done in English. But it is a very soulful thing, and it means a lot. It's a lot of references about human nature, and that, as well as like our relationship with the Most High. So.
Is there any mileage in some translations? Is there any plans afoot?
I'm sure it is. I don't have any myself, but I'm sure, with the YouTube, they have, technology, right? With technology, is pretty much everything is available. But I can find that out. If I do, I'll give it I'll post it in the group.
Yeah, we want to commission you, brother. Yeah.
On the note of music, if there is anyone who's creative or has a family member or a friend or anything like that, Audioswim is the place where you can release your music digitally. So we're talking iTunes, TikTok, Spotify, Tidal, all those platforms. This is your guy. I know there was a few DPS and other words that he used, which sounded a little bit like jargon, but if you know someone who sings or raps and they're releasing music, this is a platform that you can do that and have it on all of these platforms. So check out a Black-owned distribution platform.
Yeah, so we have that, as well as royalty investment. So one of the things that we try to do is help artists engage with their authentic fans by investing in artists. So in return of paying for, the artist, as opposed to just saying, hey, look, I support you, I streamed your music, you can actually give artists money. And in return, if that artist does well, you could get some of your money back through royalty streams. So we do royalty investment, we do NFTs, we do, we're creating a metaverse, as well as the DSPs, any marketing, PR, anything music related, I'm your guy, so.
Fantastic, my brother. Fantastic. So you are invaluable to us because we love our music. So
He is. And I say this because, of course, if you use a platform globally, that distributes, I suppose, Western, etc. But here, because we are in the Arab world, there are things that are slightly different, you know, such as royalties and stuff like that, that isn't just the same globally. So he is your guy for the labels, for TikTok, Arabia. Speak to Albert.
Fantastic. And you get a chance to go to the UAE and go to a studio in the UAE. Like, how cool is that? You know what I mean? And to make a video in the UAE, how cool is that? Rather than just on the block in London. So that's fabulous, my brother. That's fabulous. So thank you, Kai, for introducing our brother to us. And thank you, William. So Brother Albert, we thank you and wish you all the best. And I look forward to meeting you in the flesh when I get out to Abu Dhabi in the next few weeks. So
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me. Inshallah, I can't wait to see you as well.
Honor and a privilege, my brother. So spiritual injection, let's please show our love and appreciation for our brother Albert M. Carter. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated.
Thank you, William, Kai, and the Build Out Package for putting it together.